I am going to read to you a little reflection that we have. It's called A Blessing for Caregivers. So if we can just take a moment and pause and reflect on this as we think of our nurses and all of our caregivers. May you see with tender eyes the wounds of those before you. May you hear with well-tuned ears the unspoken needs of those whose voices are muted. May you hold with gentle hands the bodies and the spirits of those you care for. May the beauty of soul, the strength of spirit, the wholeness of being lead you, inspire you, and let you know your own beauty of soul, strength of spirit, wholeness of being. May you know that as you care for others, God cares for you, sees you, and holds you tenderly. Amen. So I think, we have tough work, and it takes heart, and it takes compassion, and it takes love. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that do that each day that you show up here. And I get to introduce Victoria King, our Assistant Chief Nursing Officer, to share some words with us.
Nurses provide the majority of health services. The World Health Organization has stated publicly that we are the backbone of healthcare. There are more than 11 million nurses in the world, including more than 2.5 million just here in the United States. Every hour of every day, we are there for people of all ages all over the world. We educate mothers, we immunize infants, screen children in schools, counsel adolescents, encourage adults to exercise, improve the quality of life for the elderly, and comfort the dying. We work in hospitals, schools, prisons, clinics, and in makeshift tents in refugee camps. We are there in times of peace and in times of conflict and war. We are everywhere because we care. So from my heart, thank you for all that you do for our patients, for their families, and for our community. And you have my word that every single day I am fighting for you to make sure that you have all the resources that you need to be leaders in healthcare and to continue to be the backbone. So thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jackie DeCillo. I'm the nurse manager on 2 North, and I had the privilege of leading the group that put this week together, and I just want to thank them and thank all of our wonderful nurses. We had so many nominations, it was hard to choose, but I feel that the people that won are very deserving of the awards. First up is an award for nurses as collaborators. An inpatient RN who demonstrates superior clinical nursing knowledge, collaboration, and applies both in ways that measurably impact the quality of care and improve patient outcomes. So the winner for this category was Anna Roof, and to present the nomination that won her the award is Angela Graves, her manager.
Hi, my name is Angela Graves. I'm the manager for the emergency department. As nursing students, we are taught how important incorporating all facets of the patient's needs is the benchmark for comprehensive patient and family-focused care. Many times, this is one of the first things nurses forget when we go out into the real world and become bombarded with the technical aspects of our practice. Anna Roof has not forgot the importance of patient-centered care. Not long ago, the ED received a patient in full cardiac arrest. EMS had started CPR, which they continued in the ED. The patient's husband arrived a few minutes later, and our charge nurse prepared the husband for what he was about to walk into behind the curtain in his wife's room. The staff continued CPR as the husband faced the mortality of his wife of many years. The husband chose to sit in the family waiting room while the staff continued their efforts. At some point, the patient resumed spontaneous circulation for a few minutes and actually opened her eyes and looked around, but then coded again. This happened a couple times, and the charge nurse brought the husband to the bedside. During one of these moments, when her heart was beating, she locked eyes with her husband, and a single tear fell from the corner of her eye. She then coded once again, but this time she passed. The code was called. The husband and staff stood still, not believing what they had just saw. Anna, always thinking of the entire patient and family, asked if she could lead a prayer there at the bedside. The husband agreed. The staff all bowed their heads and followed Anna in prayer. Not only did this help the husband of the patient, it also helped the staff who felt deeply touched by this case. This is a small example of the compassion Anna has for her patients, their families, and her coworkers. Anna looks at nursing as a calling, and when you are around Anna, you can feel that.
Anna, we would like to present you with this golden stethoscope. Thank you for all of your hard work. So our next category was nurses as clinician, an RN who exemplifies outstanding clinical knowledge and expertise in caring for patients in home, community, or ambulatory departments and clinics. So our nurse that won this was Sandra Anderson. And let me read to you her nomination. Sandra works in the Kearney Breast Center and guides our patients through, at times, the most difficult news that they never wanted to hear. Sandra is the only nurse in the Kearney Breast Center, so she does not have the benefit of support from her nursing peers. She works directly with hundreds of doctors and clinics to ensure each patient receives timely and quality care. Sandra wears multiple hats in the breast center, such as transporting patients, setting up rooms for procedures, assisting the techs in their processes, conducting a community cancer support group, and working directly with the patient and her family. She will answer an enormous amount of phone calls from scared patients and does it with love, respect, and understanding. Nobody sees her do her work. She is alone here. She believes with her heart and soul that the breast center is the best place for Clark County patients to come and get care. She believes in PeaceHealth's mission and vision, and she enacts those qualities every day. Thank you for your consideration of Sandra Anderson at the Southwest Kearney Breast Center. I'd like to present you with a golden stethoscope. Thank you so much. So the next category is nurses as leaders. An RN who makes significant contributions to the management, supervision, or direction of the environment of care and the performance of staff, demonstrating an ability to lead, influence, and improve patient outcomes. And our winner was Judy Ramo. And so Cindy Davis will read her nomination.
All right. So Judy exemplifies everything good about leadership. Intelligent, whether we are talking numbers for budget, D&B regulation, or how to talk to someone. Judy's input is always well thought out, logical, and appropriate. Strong. Judy has a moral compass that has demonstrated to me on more than one occasion. She is dedicated to what is right and true. I have seen her confront people who may not be doing something in the best interests of our patients, and I stood back and admired the grace with which she did it. As a mentor, we had a situation in the emergency department the first day of Care Connect where throughput was horrible. We had a registration person who was overwhelmed and trying to deal with registration issues on her own. Judy pulled this person aside, and I could see the transformation of this person within seconds. Judy asked this individual if she had anything she could do to fix the situation. What would it be? The caregiver told her, and Judy made it happen. The registration person, I think, felt stuck and felt she just had to deal with it, but Judy helped her come up with the solution. Caring. Judy's heart is very easy to read. She wants to help make patient care better. As a new employee here, she has pulled me aside many times when maybe she saw I was overwhelmed. She provided me guidance and insight into many situations. Recently, she saw shortfalls I was having with the emergency management program. She took time out of her schedule and helped me put together a training session. She provided leadership during the first part of the meeting, but let me fly during the second. I could go on about the wonderful qualities of Judy Ramo, but the key thing about her for this nomination is I see in her the quality I would like to emulate most as a leader effective.
We would like to present you with a Golden Steps Plate. Thank you for all of your hard work. So our next category was nurses as educators. An RN who contributes to the nursing body of knowledge through formal nursing education, skills training, mentorship, or continuing education. And our winner was Carolyn Kennard. So to present to her is Adrienne Watson.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Karen Gottbelief for submitting this nomination. And let's talk about Carolyn. Carolyn Kennard models the perfect nurse educator role. She is the educator for ICU, CVICU, PCU, and she makes significant contributions to the nursing's body of knowledge by being foremost a lifelong learner herself. She holds a bachelor's degree on both nursing and education. Whether it is formal or informal, she is passionate about teaching, and I can say she surely is. She does this through classes, meetings, skills fairs, and even one-on-one sessions. She does this with passion, compassion, excellence, and intellect. Carolyn orients the new hires to the critical care areas, permanent and temporary staff. She also takes the new critical care interns under her wing 3 times a year and ensures they get the education and skills they need to enhance their training at the bedside. Her duties go beyond educating. She was also, and still is, very involved with the Care Connect bills and revisions, and she has been the key driver for the DKA protocol as well. While at the bedside, she held her certification in critical care nursing. However, she went beyond that and obtained her neuroscience certification as well, just to help her in her ICU roles as charge, preceptor, rapid response, and bedside nurse. As critical care educator, Carolyn also assumed the responsibility for the training of the new PCU and assisted with much of the new neuroscience unit training due to being short an educator. She not only taught classes, offered her time and skills with any opportunity to ensure our patients are safe by confirming the nurses have the materials they need or the skills and abilities they require to operate the equipment they are using. She also wanted to ensure that the neuroscience unit was shored up because this was a new patient population for them. Carolyn's unwavering dedication to education does not stop at the hospital doors. She is an active member of the Greater Portland chapter of the American Association of Critical Care Nurses as education co-chair. There are numerous and other examples that demonstrate how much she has brought the critical care, and suffice to say, she is a treasure to the critical care department and other departments that pull on her expertise as a critical care nurse. Carolyn Kennard, Nurses Educator, is a perfect choice for this year's Nursing Excellence Awards. Congratulations.
Thank you for all your hard work, Carolyn, and we'd like to present you with a golden stethoscope. Thank you. Next up is Nurses as Advocates. An RN who volunteers personal time and talent to serve population health and wellness needs at community-based clinics or events. And our winner for that was Marilyn Tollison from 3 North. Wendy Nava's not here tonight, so I will present for her. It's with great honor that I am happy to speak to the Nursing Care Excellence Award that Marilyn Tollison is receiving today. Marilyn has been a part of the 3 North team for 15 years. This is also her anniversary year for this distinction. Early in Marilyn's career, when she was still a young mom, she worked as relief on nights. This was a bit challenging for a newer nurse, but Marilyn was passionate about her practice and balanced her work and life well. As her children grew, she increased in her commitment to growing her practice as a nurse. She increased to status hours. She studied hard and became an oncology nurse and moved to a day shift position. Her scope of influence continued to grow, as well as clinical experience and expertise. What started out as a social group of her cultural peers grew and became much more than that. Through her efforts and ownership, they became cognizant of a need in her homeland and rose to meet that need. There was a greater good that could be provided, and she recognized this. Through her contacts back home, she knew of children in the outlying islands of the Philippines who attended public schools without the benefit of books, pencils, and pens. For the last 3 years, she has organized an annual charity ball for those, and those proceeds go directly to those children in need of those books, pens, paper, and provided the money for them. Her work and efforts speak so well to show us all how one person can do so much and perhaps change many, many lives. Marilyn is described by her coworkers as exemplifying compassion and attitude, touch and presence, and it's with great pride that Marilyn is presented with this award. Sincerely, Wendy Nava, Nurse Manager on 3 North. And tonight, Kathy Mosler, her colleague, is here to accept the award for her. Thank you so much for being here, Kathy.
Thank you. It's an honor to accept this award from Marilyn.
So another award we're giving this year, which I was so happy to be able to send out and have nominees for, was Extraordinary Support Caregivers. So this is a clinical caregiver who provides extraordinary support to providers and nurses, and who exemplifies respect and compassion with our patients and in collaboration with their team. And this year I'd like to present Sarah Pasilis Stanton. And Cammie Cole will be giving her award.
I have known Sarah since my days nights as a baby nurse on 4 North, and I was a brand new grad, and a lot of the basic nursing skills, Sarah taught me the right way to do them and was a mentor to me back then. And I knew if I was lucky enough to have Sarah as my caregiver, that I was going to have a great night. Fast forward to 8 years later, and she's now the PTS on 2 South, where her positivity is infectious and she continues to shine. Sometimes she's singing while caring for patients. Sometimes she's easing pain and discomfort with humor. But no matter what, Sarah is always happy. And of course, our patients notice. Last month, she received a high five, and our patient had this to say: Sarah, unit secretary, is the go-to person. She is efficient and speedy on personal requests. She ordered me a dinner tray with all my best foods. Sarah also found a sleeper chair for my wife so she could stay with me while I was there. I have not seen such efficiently run floor in years. Sarah, thank you so much for making me feel welcome and comfortable for the short stay I was on your unit. She is the best secretary I've ever met. Fast, efficient, and bubbly. So Sarah's done some amazing things on 2 South, and these are my favorites. A patient lost their dentures. She went down to the dirty linen in the basement, gloved up, dug through bags, and found them. A patient was sent home with one of our wound vacs. She went above and beyond and helped me retrieve it from the patient's home. So, yay. My favorite Sarah story: a homeless patient asked for a blow dryer because his clothes were soaking wet. Sarah wanted me to know that she inventoried the clothes first, but she took them to her house and laundered them so that he would have clean clothes to wear home. So Sarah, thank you for being such a living example of PeaceHealth's values. 2 South and PeaceHealth are so lucky to have you.
Sarah, we would like to So, thank you. So another category this year that is new to what we've been doing is our CNO award. So Cindy Davis personally chose the candidate, and it's a widely respected RN known for being a visionary, innovative leader, a change agent, someone who strengthens practice through professional activities and vendors and or contributions. So Cindy, can you please come up and present the winner?
First of all, everyone gets the CNO award. This is not a good place to be, right? You're all fabulous. It's amazing to work with such a wonderful, compassionate, committed. Like I'm new to the organization in the last 4 months, and I just have to say, like, it's like coming home every day I come to work. It's just an amazing group of people that are committed to do the right thing every time for the patient. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for the wonderful work that you do every day. The person who is receiving this award is Judy Ramo, who is just been an amazing leader in the organization.
So I would just like to give a special thanks to everyone that was involved in this week. PeaceHealth Southwest Center executive team, thank you so much for your financial support, moral support. They were willing to help me with anything I needed, so thank you very much. The Foundation Board of Directors for such a generous gift. It's beyond words, so thank you so much. The Nurses Week planning team, so if I could have a special round of applause for them. No car. And then the gift shop, food services, environmental services, and room scheduling. So thank you all, and thank you all for being here. We have some lovely fruit and snacks, so please enjoy. Again, thank you all.